Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy, Johnny Cage Banger, Big Poppy, John Cage, JC Banger, also known as Johnny Cage. You know what I'm saying? Um, I've been listening to some Future. I can't even lie. I listen. No, I am lying. I'm actually lying. I listened to one song. It's called Mask Off. If you haven't heard Mask Off, Joe, that shit is slapping, dude. I fuck with that. So, in light of that, it was Metro. Metro sampled some song, right? Put it on a loop and turned that shit into a banger. And I did the exact same thing here with a different sample. So he used the gross beat filter to um alter it in certain transitions. He changed the hi hat up in a few transitions. Introduced the kick in different transitions. So it's a bunch of different stuff, and I did it right here. So I'm gonna play the beat, and I'm gonna let y'all hear exactly what I'm talking about. So as you can see, that shit is a flipping banger. You know what I'm saying? And I did it with two samples, a hi hat, a kick, a snare, a clap. That was it. And that's the exact same ingredients that was in that Metro Boomin beat. But the basic thing about that is that I can show you how to do that shit with a couple steps. First step, pick your sample. You don't want your sample to be super drummy. You don't want it to have a lot of drums in it. So if I de-reverse this, this is what the sample actually is. uh, it's some type of Spanish, Africa Simon. But when you throw the reverse on it, and the way that you grab samples, so what I like to do, I haven't had breakfast. I'm about to eat some pancakes, so that was my stomach growling. I'm finna cook. So you can go to any drum kit that you want that got some samples in it. So a lot of my samples I get from drumkitsupply.com. His name is Serious Beats or something like that. But he got all the drum kits with all the nice samples in it. So he got a bunch of stuff. So I just grabbed this sample right here, Africa Simone. This is in the third one. The third one I got it somewhere. I got the third Suicide Squad drum kit. So basically I just reversed it And then you want to check and see what key it's on. So right click edit. You just click this right here. This is the regions tab and detect pitch regions. Now it's gonna tell you every key in this sample right here. So when you reverse it, it's pretty much still the same thing because it has to go back here. So you can either do two things. You can either try to go backwards or you can just go forward. It worked the same way. I think because they all in the same scale. So when you're talking about scales, it's fairly simple because my 808, I'm gonna get into how my 808 is because most problems is people can't find what key to use, so they don't know. So I'm gonna get into that. So that's done. So we can just check this one more time. To take pitch regions, and we see it's on F. So what we can do is, I'm just grabbing anything, and I'm gonna just show y'all the scale super quick. I show y'all this. I show y'all this all the time. We're just gonna call it scale. Moving too fast, I ain't even press A. So the scale is gonna be F Aeolian. So now we see all the keys. So we got F, G, G major and minor. We got C. So you can see we got all type of stuff. So with that being said, all we gotta do is make sure our 808 is in tune. So we see it's right here. All we gotta do is check the scale. Boom, we're good. So we can play there. So now the 808 is pretty much done. Now you got everything. You know where and where not to place your 808. So if this was all in one pattern, you can just have ghost notes enabled and you will be able to see it. But it's split, so you can't go back and do that. At least I don't know how. Once you split it, each one by the pattern. So this is the 808 pattern. You see it's hitting oh my throat, them backwoods, Joe. You see the 808 is hitting super hard. So this compared to, so let's actually bring that. We're gonna copy this and we're gonna play them side by side. Okay, not bad. You see it's hitting way harder. It's got more thud. And that's what you want. So I mixed that 808 just by let's play it. You see when I cut the parametric EQ off, what you getting is all this noise. I'm cutting out all that noise when I had this on. So let me open up another one just to show you. So what you want to do, you see this is where your 808 is. All this, that's all that background noise. Let me get a hit of this Kool-Aid. My throat is burning. Damn. So all this extra noise back here, you don't want that. So you just want to click and drag, and you dragging down to get that low pass curve. And then oops. And then you want to just come here and drag that down, and that'll give you what's called a steep 8. And it's going directly down. And then just cut all that out so you can play it. So listen. You see that? And now your 808 is hitting super hard. And that's what I have here. So let's hit with it on. You see that? And that's just how you really get it rocking. So that was the trick with the 808. Now the same here with the scale. Let's copy it. Go here, paste it. Control A. Okay, then boom. So we can see that everything, even though it's only 2 octaves, you can see that C. We can just take it here and see that. So we can see that it's allowed. So that's in the scale. And the scale, like I said, is Aeolian. Now it's really hard to know what the sample is played in because it's so many scales. These are all the scales they could have played it in. Blues scales, Arabic scales, diminished scales. So it's so many. So this one was gravy for it. And we don't even really have to do too much. The 808 pattern was easy. It was really what Metro did was two drum patterns, and they stretched out, introducing the kick multiple times, but it's at a rhythmic way. So, and that's more so the layout, but I'm gonna go into that too. So this is the pattern. That's dumb easy. It's literally the same thing. So this is this. It's the exact same thing over and over again. And that's how you looping the sample and you loop an 808, but you have 2 patterns. And that's how you kind of break the loop, and that's how you add the dynamic change. And then you alter it slightly. So he altered it slightly. So now he has this. So you got the 808 roll at the end, and you got the double roll at the half, and that's how you add these dynamic changes. And it's no longer that like the other one. It's just, and you fill that space up with something, which is the snares. So the kick pattern is just a rack kick, and I have it at the right key, so you can just check this also. It's at C, so it's no problem. And what I really need to do, yeah, now it's gonna hit. Now it's thudding. That's what I want. I want it to be thud. So now that we got that going, I need to do that too. Now that we got that going, it has to be 3 808. 2 808s and 3 kicks, because you got the one kick that just hit. So which is this? I'm gonna play that. You see the dynamic change. You see how I'm introducing certain things. So this is one kick pattern. And the 808 is still going on right here, but it's not supported by the kicks. And again, so let's just play the drum pattern just to hear how that's going. We're going to start it from the beginning, so. So you see the change in the dynamic between one kick and one hi hat to another, and that's how you change it up. So this is the other kick pattern, which is just the kick hitting one time. The 808 is still going on, but it's not supported by the kick. When Metro make them beats, some of them 808s is not supported by the kick, and that's how you get that groove. He also said it in the live tutorial he did over there at Razer, and I learned a lot from that too. As far as like 808s, and he was talking about like it was a rare tutorial by far, very very rare. Even though it was kind of like yeah, this how you do this and do that, but it was very informational. Anybody could tell you that, but it was coming from Metro, and I was like, oh shit, it was Metro. So it kind of had its own different feel to it. But I definitely advise you to check that out. This is the other kick pattern, which is it's the same as this one really. It's exactly the same. I don't know why I have that, but it's there anyway. So, and I think it was just to add another kick. So I really wanted to do something else, but I didn't do it. Clearly, I'm just now noticing that. But anyway, the clap is very very loud. So you really just cut it down. This how it is if you don't normalize it, and it's dumb loud. I don't even want to press it. So you just have it, you normalize it, and it brings it down. Then I also have it turned down in here. Simple clap. Now the snare, this is how you get it going. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is the same snare he used in Mask Off, and the same 808, and the same clap, and the same hi-hat. I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying? The hi-hat pattern, fairly easy. Literally easy. The easiest one. Now you're like, oh, wow. But when you hear it in the beat, in the way it's being introduced, you don't even know what's going on. You just in. Now watch when it changes. So I'm going to play it and then catch that change. And when I drop the 808, just the kicks really, like when I throw the kicks in, it gives it a totally different feel on it. And actually these need to go down just from my organization. The perfectionist in me has to have it like that. So this is 1, this is 2, and it's just 2 808 patterns. That's it. So watch the change with the hi-hats though. Now you see that changed up the whole flavor of it, because now the kick is going, the hi-hat is changed, and the hi-hat is just super simple. But the way I was listening now, Metro did it. He hit these little low drop hi-hats, and I'm gonna show y'all how to do those. But this is the hi-hat pattern. And it's no particular reason that I have these spaces. I could just Control L, and that'll fill up all those spaces. This empty spaces because the hi-hat is down here. So super easy riff, like that's just basic. 1, 2, 3. Click, pull that down. I could do that. And I'm control dragging, I could just do that. I can do whatever I want to do. But just for the feel of it and how Metro was doing it, it was just super easy. And it seems simple, but compared to the previous hi-hat pattern, it's a totally different thing. So let's hear that one more time. So boom, that's the whole change. And then with these lower hi hats, if I'm doing C5, which I'm usually doing my hi hats at C5, I usually bring it to E4 when I'm doing them low riffs. And you just want to 1/6 that. So press this little snap to grid. It'll show you what it is. If you hover over something, it'll show you what it is in this box. So we just want to do the snap 1/6 beat, not step, beat. And now you can see if I snap to grid, if I bring it to its lowest possible area, I can still do this. But you can see that's all you gotta do. That's it. But knowing when to do it is when it matters the most. You don't want to just be throwing these all over the beat. It has to be something special, something that's introduced. I always say that to you guys. Introduction, introducing these sounds, laying the beat out. Because you can't just have a rapper rapping on a loop. He already rapping in a loop. So you don't want to be had a beat in a loop, even though Metro has sampled and he put the sample in a loop. The entire beat isn't just a loop. Most producers get that messed up and they just have the same hi-hat, everything is just a loop, and that's not what you want to do. You want to introduce sounds and introduce different energy to the beat. So you see I got no kick here. Then I got the kick hitting once. Then I got the kick going with the 808s with the hi-hat change, and then I drop it. So it's so many different things. And as far as the mix, I brought them all here. You can see where is that shit at? Everything is on 3. All my samples are on 3, which is this here. And what you want to do is same way like the excuse me. Same way like the 808. You don't want any bass because you want the 808. The 808 is all in here. So you don't want to just have your sample here and all in here. You want to just have it like something like this, because if you have it all the way over here, you start to get, and you don't want that. Let me just throw this back. 120. You can get it. Let's go. So you just take that's just you taking the bass out, so you can have instead of so either or, it depends on how you want. I want my focus to be the drum pattern, because it's a loop. I don't want you to focus on the loop, because you're gonna be like, this is a fucking loop. I want you to focus on how I'm doing everything else. So this scale, I can delete this now. So I just want you to focus on the drum pattern, but I want you to hear this. So I don't want this to be my main attraction. I kind of want you to know, like, oh, that's a sample. That sounds nice. I want you to be captivated by the 808 and the hi-hat change. That's what I want you to notice. I want you to be completely oblivious to the fact that I just looped this shit. And then it's different samples, and that's how you change it up. Now we're going to get into the layout. The mix was nothing. I just did that with the Parametric EQs, like I told you. Did this with the sample, and just turned the stuff down. Turned the hi-hats down. They was kind of loud. Turned the clap down, like I said, because that was loud. And that's all you got to do. You ain't really got to do too much. I'm pretty sure Metro didn't do too much. So now we're going to go into the layout, which is basically introducing the sample. I call this the intro. One to 17. That's the intro. Then you want to go into this automation here, this gross beat. And it's basically just a sample with this gross beat over here. So you just go to the master, right click, just right click this area. It don't matter if it's forward or backward. Momentary, half speed. Then what you want to do is, so say I wanted that here. So I just highlight the area I want to highlight. So right click, that little box will show up. So let's say I want this here. I could just click and do that. Had that selected. I can just do that. But I don't want to just drag it. I want to show y'all what I did. So come here. Let's do gross beat. I was going to do love filter, but I said fuck that. Right click, momentary, half speed. What you want to do is, it would just regularly be like this. Turn it down. Just click and drag. That's how you control that. Click, drag down. Right click, create automation. It'll create this automated area here that you highlighted. It'll just be just that. Right click up on the edge of the box, or just anywhere really. Because you can just drag it wherever you want to drag it. So do it like that. Drag it all the way up. This middle right here is called the tension point. Click and drag that up. Now you got sound like Gleesh walk. So that's just it with that. So 1 to 17 is the intro. This is the verse. I made the verse a little bit longer. Well, this is actually the entire verse, but I call this something different. So this is the verse right here. I made it a tad bit longer. So you see 2, 4, 6, 8. And I'm counting twos because you see this light area and this dark area. I count that as one each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I usually do 6 and then have my 8th be this right here. But the way he was doing it, I guess Future was rapping a little bit longer than I usually do my beats as far as my layout. So I just added an extra layer. So this is the verse. Notice that I don't have any kick in there yet. I just have the 808 and everything else. You see the kick is just hitting once now, right? I just introduced that kick into the beat. Sometimes it go right over people because they just enter the hi-hat. The hi-hat is just almost like a metronome. But basically the hi-hat is carrying over everything. It's going to carry you through the whole beat. And when you change the hi-hat, you change the energy. The hi-hat is one of the most key things in the beat. If you mess the hi-hats up, it's done. You know what I'm saying? You can have some bad snare patterns in there. Y'all do that all the time. But the hi-hats, if you mess them up, the beat is done. Percussion, 808, it's done. Then we go into the change up. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the change up will be taking this hi-hat for the hi-hat, the more advanced hi-hat, we'll call it that. And then change the kick to hit multiple times. So now we got the other kick pattern that's not hitting just once. is hitting 3 times each one. So and the hi-hat is gonna carry you into the change in the 808 also. So So that's the verse. This is called the build up to the chorus, and it's just basically a different sample and the 808. That's it, just 2 of those. And then you go into the chorus. Switch it up a little bit, and that's also a thing in the middle of the chorus. So you got one half of the chorus. Let's zoom in on that. One half of the chorus. This is the chorus. So this is half of the chorus right here. You see how I change up the kick right there. So let's listen to this. See if when I cut this out, see if we can just add some more change to it. Yeah. But let's just I'm really just trying to show y'all the kick, how I changed the kick, but I'm just like trying to change the beat. So that's it. That's pretty much it. And then the second half is just copied. I literally just copied it. So 17, that's the beginning. And then I just copied it. That's all I did. And then I just kept this. This is really just the same thing. I just didn't bring this down. So once I bring it down, it's the same thing. And I just cut the 808 off for this feel. So this is the different feel of it. So let's play the second half of the verse. The second part of the verse, which is just this copy, but this is the change. So listen for the change. that's pretty much it. I tried to I tried to catch the chain, do some DJ shit, but I couldn't do it. So I just basically changed the kick back to give it the two different kicks in the chorus, which is this, and then just drag the sample out so you can hear the rest of the sample at the end, and that's it. That's the layout. That's how Metro did it. I swear to you. I swear to you, that's how he did it. Super, super easy, something like that. Subscribe to the channel. It's your boy JohnnyCage Banger. Got more stuff coming. Uh, Link in the description with all my social media if you wanna holler at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Your boy JohnnyCage Banger, man. Let me get out of here. Peace.